Super Mario Bros. Wonder drops within just a couple of months, which is absolutely crazy to think about. And we don't know much about this game, but one of the things I'm most curious about are the brand new characters making their debut in this game. I mean, think about it. We got Mario, Luigi, Peach, and Toad, which I guess is kind of standard. But then we got Yoshi, who's a playable character in their own right and has special moves like the flutter jump and all that. But then we also have Daisy, who appears to not have any special character-specific moves and just be the same as the other 4 characters. But then why would they add a 5th character that does the exact same thing? None of it makes sense. I truly believe that we'll definitely get more characters than the characters we've seen just so far in that initial trailer, because why would they show off all playable characters in the reveal trailer for the game? Because of that, today I want to list off every character that I think could be playable in this game. I'm gonna give you not only the percentage chance I think they are to actually be playable, whether that's like a 10% chance or a 50% chance, but I'll also give you one special move that could be that character's kind of signature style. For example, in Super Mario 3D World, Rosalina had like the spin jump. That would be her signature move, or Peach's hover with her dress or something like that. Alright, let's jump right into it with the first character being Wario. Despite never making a playable appearance in a mainline Mario game, unless you count Super Mario 64 DS, Wario is one of the most likely characters here in my opinion, for a couple of big reasons. For one, I always see Wario kind of on the same level as Daisy, in the sense that you rarely see them in the main Mario games, but they're everywhere in every single spin-off. They're like a staple. On top of that, there's a brand new WarioWare game dropping mere days after Super Mario Bros. Wonder. Literally, I think it's like 2 weeks after we get a new WarioWare game. It just seems like with Super Mario Bros. Wonder, Nintendo's really trying to lean into what the fans want. And if we're gonna get another character, I think Wario would just be so cool to see. So I'm gonna give him a solid like 40% chance. He's pretty likely, all things considered. And for a special move, he could just have a more powerful ground pound. Maybe it sends out a little shockwave that stuns enemies and can break through stronger brick blocks. Before we get into our next character, here's a word from today's video sponsor. This video is brought to you by Pocket Champs. In Pocket Champs, you have one goal: become the best champ trainer in the world. You do this by training up young talent to be the best champ possible. You collect hundreds of different gadgets, and you can even upgrade them to give your champion the best possible advantage for their race. By consistently winning races, you'll climb the leaderboard, unlock awesome new customizations from ever-growing monthly collections that launch with exclusive content for the players. For example, in this race right here, I upgraded my climbing axes, and considering this entire race was pretty much just climbing up this wall, I absolutely dusted my opponents. That's an easy first place dub. There are tons of different races that all involve different skills though, like climbing, swimming, running, so you're definitely gonna have to get as many gadgets as you can, so you're always setting your champion up for success. Pocket Champs is a fun and addicting mobile game, so if you want to race against me and try and become the best trainer possible, click the link in the description or scan this QR code on screen right now, and by downloading the game, you'll actually get a free starter pack with 1100 gems in it. That's right, I've partnered with Pocket Champs to offer you guys this starter pack. That reward is normally worth $9.99, but it's absolutely free by using this QR code, and it's only available until August 14th, so hurry up, and thank you Pocket Champs for sponsoring this video. Alright, we did Wario, now let's move on to Waluigi. Unfortunately, I just don't see this happening at all, because there's no universe they add Waluigi and not Wario, so Waluigi is only added if Wario's in. It seems like he's always so disrespected by Nintendo that I really can't imagine he goes from like not playable in Smash Bros to a playable character in a new 2D Mario game. It doesn't really make sense. It seems like Waluigi's just slightly too irrelevant, although if Nintendo wanted to lean into like the meme angle, then they should totally make him playable, because he's one of the most iconic Mario characters like to the general public, just because he's in so many memes and whatnot. But yeah, Waluigi honestly I think has like a 5% chance of getting into this game. I would be extremely shocked if he ended up being playable, but I guess A, never say never, and B, if it were to happen in any game, Super Mario Bros. Wonder is already looking so weird that I guess it would make sense for it to be here. In terms of a special move to set Waluigi apart, I would say if you held the crouch button for long enough, he'd crouch down, start shaking really fast, and then you could jump out like 3 times the height of a normal jump out of like a charged ground pound, if that makes sense. Waluigi has such long legs and is so like wiry that this kind of makes sense in my head. Alright, next up we have Rosalina. Rosalina's pretty likely to be in this game. She was obviously playable in Super Mario 3D World, and of course her special move here would just be a spin jump but in 2D. Rosalina honestly seems pretty likely. I think she's one of the more likely characters this video so far. I would put her in at a solid 50% chance. The only reason she's not higher is because we've already gotten Daisy revealed. Not that Daisy directly directly contradicts Rosalina or anything, but I could see Nintendo not wanting to add in too many princess-themed characters. After all, to my knowledge, I don't believe Rosalina and Daisy have ever been playable in the same game before. Obviously not counting spin-offs like Mario Kart or anything. I'm talking like Super Mario 3D World or Super Mario Run, like that sort of thing. But yeah, Rosalina's sitting at a solid 50%. Pauline, on the other hand, slightly less likely, but would be way cooler if she got added in. I'm gonna put Pauline at a solid 25%, but that's the least confident I've been in this entire video and will be for this entire video in terms of like a ranking. 25% doesn't seem like I'm, you know, all in on her being in. I'm not. I could very well see this game come and go and no reference to Pauline at all is included. But at the same time, Nintendo has been kind of pushing her to be clearly the new Rosalina, as in after Super Mario Galaxy came out and Rosalina was in that game, Rosalina then appeared in like Mario Party, Mario Kart, all the Mario spin-offs, and then eventually she worked her way up and was playable in Super Mario 3D World, a mainline Mario game. Pauline had a massive surge of popularity when she was an NPC in Super Mario Odyssey. Since then, she's been in a bunch of stuff. She's been in Mario Kart Tour, a bunch of Mario sports games, and even the Mario movie, but she's yet to make the big jump into a mainline new Mario game. Granted, there haven't been many mainline new Mario games, I guess the only one technically being like Bowser's Fury. So if she was going to make the jump and become a normal mainstay Mario character, this would probably be the game to do it. If Pauline was added, I would love to see her hat be her main ability. I know what you're thinking. There's no way they add an entire capture gimmick to one character, and I agree, they don't do that. But what I could totally see happening is she has her big hat from Super Mario Odyssey, and then she can throw it and then jump on it, kind of like you can jump on Cappy and whatnot, but it's not like it captures enemies or even probably damages them. It's just like a portable trampoline she can kind of throw out and about and then jump on to get some extra height. All right, Toadette, I'm putting her at a solid 70%. I think she's probably the most likely in this video. Toadette was in Super Mario Maker 2 as a playable character. She was in New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe and led to the whole Peachette meme. In terms of special abilities, maybe she gets just that. She can turn into Peachette again, although that doesn't make sense because Peach is a playable character. Realistically, she'd probably just be a different skin for Toad, maybe a little bit faster if that's even a thing. But yeah, Toadette, I just gotta put it in here. Toadette seems like, all right, if we're gonna get a new character, it's gonna be Toadette. It just makes me confused why they wouldn't have shown her off already. Like, if Toadette was in the game, I feel like it would be a lot more smart to show off Toadette right away and then save Daisy for later on, because Daisy's like a really big reveal, whereas Toadette's just gonna be like, ah, yeah, okay, Toadette is playable. That's real fun. Sorry to any Toadette fans that I just brutally pissed off. All right, next up we have Captain Toad. I would put this at like a 1%, because I don't think they're gonna add in Captain Toad, because if they did, well, he can't jump, and this is a 2D platformer. Making a jumpless 2D platformer would be crazy, but I could very well see like a wonder stage or like one little small stage or like, you know, side mode thing with Captain Toad in here. That's what the 1%, you know, signifies. I could very well see them add in some sort of puzzle. Maybe you have to rotate the entire level to like move Captain Toad around. This game just seems to be kind of trying every single idea it has, and Captain Toad was something that was kind of started out just like this. I mean, in Super Mario 3D World, they just made some Captain Toad levels and then he got his own game, and now he's one of the more important characters in the Mario movie. Like, Captain Toad has kind of had a massive spurt of popularity within the past couple of years, so I could kind of see him be included in this as like some sort of side mode, but I would not hold my breath if I were you. All right, here we go. Donkey Kong. I would absolutely kill to be able to play as Donkey Kong in Super Mario Bros. Wonder. Donkey Kong Country is one of my favorite series of all time, and we haven't gotten a new Donkey Kong game in so long, since like 2013, I think. Tropical Freeze was absolutely amazing, and I completely feel like Nintendo is just wasting away a great series. Do you know how many companies would kill to have a character as recognizable as Donkey Kong in their lineup? Nintendo has one and then hasn't made a game for him in almost like a decade. That is absurd. I don't think we're gonna get a Donkey Kong game even on the Switch anymore. We'll probably get one on the Switch too. Subscribe, by the way, for all the coverage of that brand new console. The rumors are starting up, and so far it hasn't been anything super credible, but we'll let you know if anything massive drops. So hit that subscribe button to stay in the loop. But anyway, I don't know, man. Donkey Kong, it just seems so crazy. Even imagining him as playable in this game. Maybe that's just me. He just seems so unobtainable. But I would absolutely love to see him in this game. He could control just like in the Donkey Kong Country games. Like, that could be a special move. He could like roll and pluck stuff out of the ground and whatnot. At least add like a minecart level level. That would be such a neat reference. I don't necessarily think it's gonna happen, but I would love to see it. Anyway, Donkey Kong I'd give like a 5% chance to, maybe if that. And then these next three characters are all getting like 0.001% chance. Diddy Kong, Dixie Kong, and Cranky Kong. I just had to include them because they already have movesets from Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze. And I know it sounds so dumb to just take a completely different platformer that's probably a different whole style of platformer in a different series and be like, oh yeah, put these characters in. It would be like if I was asking for a playable Sonic in this game. But the fact that Nintendo just refuses to do anything with the Donkey Kong Country label, that is why I'm asking for these characters to be in here. Like, I'm conceding, if we can't get a DKC game, at least let us play as the characters in a 2D Mario game. Obviously, I know it won't happen. Just let me have my moment. All right, these last two characters, I could actually see being pretty likely. The first one is gonna be Nabbit. Nabbit's one of those characters who's like, who invented this? Who likes Nabbit? I feel like it's just like the most bizarre side character of all time. But Nabbit was playable in New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe, functioning as that game's easiest mode. It was weird, but basically Nabbit couldn't get hurt by objects. The only way Nabbit would die is if you jumped into lava or like a pit or something. I think there will definitely be some sort of easy mode in this game, whether that's Yoshi or a completely different character or just like a mode. It refuses to be seen, but it's a Mario game. There will be some way for Nintendo to sell it to, you know, little kids and them still have somewhat of a good time with the game. So yeah, I think Nabbit has a somewhat decent chance. I'll say like a 20% chance, which is not bad at all for a character as, in my opinion, obscure as Nabbit. I mean, I think that's decent. Let me know what you guys think about Nabbit though down in the comments below. Let me know obviously about all the characters, like which ones you think are most likely, but specifically Nabbit. It's just such an oddball character, but the more and more I think about it, it's like, oh yeah, I could totally see Nabbit being playable in this game. And last but not least, either Bowser or Bowser Jr. This would definitely be an unlockable after the final boss. My only logic is that in this shot here, Bowser Jr. looks like he's like corrupted or something by some sort of Wonder Flower magic. Imagine you get to the last level, beat Bowser, and then end up somewhat saving him, kind of not too dissimilar from Bowser's Fury, when you beat Fury Bowser and then normal Bowser just comes out and is kind of a lot more chill and less like, I'm about to destroy everyone you've ever loved. I feel like that makes sense for this game's plot. The Wonder Flower is clearly making things act strange, so maybe Bowser took it is a lot more menacing than normal, and then you beat him and then he's just kind of normal and maybe you can even play as him. Or at least Bowser Jr. in the Clown Copter. I think that makes sense. I don't think those are very likely though. I'll give them about 5% chance each. And with that out of the way, let me know down in the comments below what characters you most want and what characters you most believe will be in this game. Thanks again to Pocket Champs for sponsoring this video. You could download the game using the link in the pinned comment and description. Also, sorry for the slower uploads this summer. Once September hits, we'll really be getting full swing into things. So thanks for sticking around and supporting the videos in the meantime. I'm Thomas on the Switched Up signing off. Peace.